Replacing the exhaust blower on a Winslow PS40 pellet stove, Winslow PI40 Pellet insert, manufactured by either Country, Lennox, or IronStrike. The OEM part number is H6018. The aftermarket part number is H6018-AMP. These parts can be found on our website at www.pelletstoveparts4less.com. This is the combustion motor as it will arrive to you. It's important to notice that this is the only part that's included. This is the part that is most commonly changed, and the housing is left alone. If you want to replace this part, the housing, you're also going to have to remove this tailpipe piece from the housing and then put it back on and seal it. Additionally, you're also going to have to remove the low limit switch from the housing and then put that back onto the new housing. So here's our motor, and we're going to take this apart by using a 9mm or a 11/32 socket, and there are 6 screws to take the motor from the exhaust housing. This is the most common type of replacement, which is just replacing this motor. Since it has a removable hub, we can just loosen up these nuts, and then we can remove the motor and the gasket and then replace it back on as new. The other parts don't need to be removed from the stove unless they're showing signs of rust or they've failed in some other way. And once we loosen up the nuts, then we can go back with our fingers and pull off the nuts singularly and put them someplace where we won't lose them. They are quite small. I usually put them up on top of the stove itself. And as we remove these, this motor is going to fall down. But up here there's a green wire. That's the grounding wire. It doesn't really matter where it goes as long as it's underneath one of the hex nuts on one of the threaded posts. I usually stick it over here on the left hand side. See, we already dropped a screw. So let's put that up there. The last remaining screw can usually be loosened up by opening the door and getting in behind it, and then as you'll see, the motor just comes out. So the motor itself is just going to be attached to the wiring harness in the back with some zip ties. There are 2, and we're going to snip those, and then we can follow them out. One of the wires from the motor will be attached to this orange wire, and we can pull those apart. And underneath the auger motor, there is also going to be a common bus, and there'll probably be one more zip tie back here as it leads back over underneath the auger motor. So we're going to find that black wire, and then we're going to pull on it from underneath the auger motor, and then our motor itself will be free from the stove. There we go. So now the motor's free. With your new motor, you can apply a new gasket. If your old one is bad, you're going to line up the holes onto the threaded post, making sure that your green grounding wire is over on the left hand side. Put your hex nuts back on the threaded posts, and then we're going to tighten those back up. You'll notice that the low limit switch is missing now. I removed that as part of another video. I'm going to put that back on. There's no need to remove the low limit switch at all if you're just doing a motor only replacement via the hub. The bullet connector is going to go on the orange wire, and the other black wire is going to go to the common bus. And this one's going to go right around back underneath the auger motor. There you go, just like so. And we're done. Thanks for watching.